There is no upside. All you get is abused when you're wrong. There's nobody ever says, yeah, you were roughly right. Nobody ever says that. It's like if you get it wrong by $1, you're a complete moron. So I don't do predictions. I will just say Bitcoin will trade a lot higher at new all-time highs. Let's give it that.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Finance. In this video, Raoul Pal discuss about Bitcoin and other crypto. According to Raoul Pal, as you enter the fourth year, which is the down year, the economy rates have increased, so slows down as a result. Raoul Pal have to try to explain what happens in the fall. Rates are used sheet. And Raoul Pal kind of shown that they use the balance sheet to pay off the interest from the prior cycle. That 4-year cycle eventually become exactly the same as the Bitcoin herring cycle since the introduction of Bitcoin in 2008. Why stimulus, right? It's also the same as the presidential election cycle since they are all the same. This is the most obvious economic climate Raoul Pal have seen in my 30-odd years profession. And it's very clear what 2024 and 2025 hold, meaning there will be more stimulation. They intend to reduce rates. If things go wrong and inflation does increase, the yield curve will be used control, which involves the money printing that Japan has been undertaking to keep interest rates stable, and lots of things Raoul Pal discuss. So please watch the video to end, and share this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance. Thanks.
Sure. My view and my macro work was that the present state economy is bottoming right now. All the future forward-looking indicators all bottomed. Global liquidity, global financial conditions, they all bottomed last year. And markets priced in a recession then. We've still got markets that are cyclical pricing in a recession now, stuff like the Russell 2000, oil markets, commodity stuff. But really all the forward-looking stuff priced it in a while ago, and it's been following financial conditions on a forward-looking basis. From all of the work that I do, I see nothing but stimulus coming this year. To Tim's point, there's, stimulus is another word for debasement of currency, and they do it in a number of different ways. The worst one, the most pernicious one, is the printing of money and putting it on the central bank balance sheet, using the balance sheet to buy debt, because what you're really doing then is pure debasement of currency, and most people don't understand what it is. They don't understand the fact that their purchasing power in asset terms goes down. So assets optically go up in value because the purchasing power of the dollar versus scarce assets goes up. And, crypto has been the best horse in that race. Technology has been particularly good at offsetting it. If you divide the S&P by the central bank balance sheet, zero performance since 2008. Gold, zero. In fact, gold is negative. Real estate, zero. It's only NASDAQ, only technology and crypto that's actually outperformed the debasement of currency. So it's really important what horse you back. So we're going into 2024. We've got sluggish economic growth. I think inflation will continue to fall all year because I think structural issues within the economy, from aging populations to AI, will actually surprise people to the downside with inflation. So I'm not an inflation sticky person. There's different types of inflation, right? We're talking asset inflation caused by debasement of currency versus CPI inflation. In an election year, the government's job is to give out as much candy as possible to voters. All they want to do is buy votes. You will always get stimulus. Since 2008, we had a great reset of the debt markets. Every major government hit 100% of GDP in debt by 2008. That's the Europeans, the Brits, the Americans, Japanese, Chinese. And what they all did was cut rates to zero in 2008. That was essentially a debt jubilee. It's like you don't pay the interest on the debt. That's really what it was. So if you don't pay the interest on the debt, what did they do? They all refied all of their debt. So it's 100% of GDP in debt. So all economic growth essentially goes to paying off the interest payments on the debt. So what you need to do is lower the interest costs of the debt. They did that, and every government reset their debt to 3 to 5 year. That 3 to 5 year cycle is the debt refi cycle. It's exactly how the economy has been working. So you come into year 4, it's the down year. That's when the economy slows because rates have gone up because they have to try and refi. What happens is rates then fall, they use the balance sheet, and they use the balance sheet to pay off the interest of the previous cycle. And I've kind of proven that out over time. That 4-year cycle is exactly the same as the Bitcoin halving cycle. Why? Because Bitcoin came in 2008. It's also the same as the presidential election cycle. Why? Stimulus, right? They're all the same thing. So it is the most observable economic environment of my 30-odd year career. And it's so obvious what 2024 and 2025 are, and that's more stimulus. They're going to be cutting rates. If they screw it up and inflation does go up, they will use yield curve control, which is printing of money, to maintain interest rates, which Japan has been doing. But generally speaking, it's a year of stimulus. In a year of stimulus, as investors, we need to say, okay, what's going to create the biggest opportunity set?
According to Raoul Pal, in this cycle, my main focus is on Solana, and Raoul Pal been doing that for the past year. Raoul say so. Obviously, I have a lot of Ethereum, some Bitcoin that I have still, and then Raoul Pal have her occasionally. There are a few more tokens, but overall, the wager is heavily focused on what Raoul believe will be this cycle's breakthrough. And so, yes, Raoul should have this because Raoul Pal say I'm an investment guy, and Raoul not at all diversified, which makes me a horrible person. A large diversified portfolio when it comes to the opportunity set. Raoul Pal say I'm not at all a profit maximalist. Rather, I'm a philosopher regarding the opportunities that this entire space offers everyone, as Tim stated. Let's back to the Raoul Pal interview.
The multiplier on all of this is crypto. It always outperforms all other assets, particularly in these moments. And crypto, again, is such a beautiful thing. This won't last forever, but it's a gift for us because you get 3 years where it's the best performing asset on Earth. That's through macro crypto spring, summer, fall. Crypto macro winter, when the downside of the debt refi cycle comes, it's the worst performing asset price on Earth. And we just keep repeating. The lows are higher. It's just an exponential, logarithmic trend that keeps going because of adoption. So the other thing to bear in mind about 2024, 2025 is, okay, we've now built the ETF, which I think of as a trade deal between crypto land and fiat world. It's not immigration into crypto land because these people are using centralized counterparts to do this, as opposed to myself, who will use my ledger device for self-storage. But we're going to bring a lot of FDI, foreign direct investment, and tourism income into crypto land. Huge amounts of it because of the stimulus and the fact that it's the best returning asset price on Earth. So we've got that to also ignite this crypto economy. On top of that, Tim and many VCs like him have piled money in 2020 and 2021. 67 billion went in. That money has been building applications layers, infrastructure layers, all sorts of stuff. Right, a lot of this will come to market. Some of it doesn't. Some of it failed in the down cycle, but there's a lot of stuff coming to market. And so how I look at this is this cycle, as we go from 516 million wallets to I think 1 billion and beyond in this cycle alone, that it's going to be an everything, everywhere, all at once cycle. All of the kindling is in place. The banks, all the asset management firms are both investors, but are also building on blockchain rails. All of them. So whatever Jamie says, and I've spoken to him directly about this, that he's wildly interested in this space, and they will, JP Morgan, Goldman, everybody are building on these rails. The big brands are building on the rails for Web3. We're seeing a lot of that already in sports teams, car companies, luxury brands. I think the breakthrough of Solana compressed NFTs, allowing for 1 million NFTs to be minted for $100, means that allows ticketing and other breakthroughs of what we can use NFTs for, because NFTs are not just PFPs and stuff like that. In addition, the ongoing rise of stablecoins. That's basically a tokenized euro-dollar market that allows somebody working in the rice fields in the Philippines to own dollars, which is impossible for them. And then just the ongoing adoption of crypto. So I know it sounds ludicrously bullish, but that's where we are in the cycle. I mean, I've been in crypto since 2012. And each time you just see it grow and grow and grow as more participants come and more use cases get built out. I'm a macro guy, and so I tend to take more concentrated bets. I'm not running other people's money. Yes, I have an asset management firm that invests in digital asset hedge funds that runs a diverse portfolio of hedge funds because it's a fund of funds. But personally, when I see extraordinarily high quality risk return opportunities in an identifiable macro trend where I can build a investment framework, I tend to super concentrate. So then for me, it's a very concentrated bet. So I'm pretty much 100% crypto and I have been for a long time now. And I make asset allocations about weightings. I don't really do, and I've tried it in the past to try and own a broader diversified base of tokens. I just end up with shrapnel in my wallet that I don't care about. I like to really focus on what I'm doing. So my big focus for this cycle is Solana, and that's been for the last year. Obviously, I have a lot of ETH. I still have some Bitcoin, and then I have a few other tokens here and there. But really, it's a very concentrated bet on what I think is going to be the breakthrough for this cycle. And so, yeah, I'm not diversified at all. So I'm a terrible human being because I'm an investment guy and I should have this broad diversified portfolio. I'm not at all. I'm a profit maximalist when it comes to the opportunity set, but a philosophist when it comes to the opportunity set that this whole space provides everybody in the way that Tim said.
According to Raoul Pal, there is only one upside occurs when you misbehave. Nobody ever acknowledges that they were about right. Never does anyone claim that it's, I don't do forecasts. Like, if you get it wrong by $1, you're a total. All Raoul can tell is that the price of Bitcoin will rise significantly to new all-time highs. If you learned something from this video, then please like this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance, and we will meet in next video. Thanks.